That's fucking awesome. Nothing can ever go right. First, the winds get so high that it is blowing fucking flood water up a 30-degree incline in the middle of fucking... Is it August? It's August, right? Middle of fucking August, and we're getting, like, tornado alley weather in fucking Arizona. And then when the power comes back, apparently, like, city infrastructure is so thoroughly fucked that Cox just, like, deletes our internet for a week and gives us no communication the entire time. It was awesome. So this Outrun 2006 tweaks thing, huh? I didn't, like, fucking know about this, but I gave it a quick test. And it sure seems like it's the fucking thing, huh? Like, I would really be happy to just not have Technoparrot on my machine at all. So, looking forward to that. Let's open this thing up and see what's going on. That is the whitest screen I've ever seen. I promise you can do this. We got a loading spinner. Okay, maybe that whole use new texture allocator thing is not real. False. Huh, I guess that did do it. Alright, one more time to see if that was a fluke. Hello, sleep mode. It's the video game. Yeah, I guess the new texture allocator is just hanging on, like, that screen for me. Really quickly, I'm going to try the single core affinity switch and see if that changes anything. We got that modder stuff. It's hard out here. Oh, shit. Okay. No, I guess not. Alright, we're not going to fuck with that. Single core affinity false. Use new texture allocator false. The comment for this option is replaces game's texture allocator with a faster simplified version, greatly reducing stutter and load times. And it's off by default, and I'm wondering what the hell that's all about. If I search like texture allocator in the issue tracker, last week. Does it come with a drawback? I'm trying to figure that out. Because if I set it to true, I'm chilling out on this white screen for a hot minute, but maybe I just need to wait on it. Maybe it's pre-caching everything. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, it does do the frame limiter stuff, as far as I can tell. And it'll even unlimit the frame rate during loading screens so they run faster, which is super hot. So no having to fuck with, like, NVIDIA control panel. It's got, like, 4x3 letterboxing of the UI when you're in menus, but then it'll, like, correctly put the UI in 16:9 positions when you're in gameplay. That's the back button. I don't remember what my controls are for this shit. Not playing with the wheel. I figured there would be no force feedback, so no fucking point, right?
F50. Manual transmission.
Fine, red is cool too.
Outrun mode. Shiny world.
Really, the fucking change in the feel that excited me the most was fixing the fucking horse noises. Man, some of those original textures are crunchy as fuck. But like, look at that, correctly positioned UI. It's actually running in ultra-wide. You guys just can't see it because it's a 16:9 stream layout. But I've got a little bit of that delicious peripheral. The FXT mod should have FF options there. Does this work with that? I had a really bad time with FXT the last time I touched it anyway. Like, didn't work at all and very obviously completely destroyed my game bedtime. But if people have, like, actually successfully gotten the, like, if people in here have gotten force feedback working with run tweaks, I would be super down to try that, obviously.
I wouldn't go far away.
I just didn't expect it to, like, function because nothing nice ever happens when I use software. I genuinely can't think of a single thing that I would change about Run 2. I think it, like, as far as I can tell, if I, like, take a guess at its design goals, it achieves all of them flawlessly. It is terrifying. So I'm just, like, playing a quick run to see if everything works. No more having to fucking rename the lens flare graphic. No more infinite fucking horse noise when I go through Canyon, I hope.
Checkpoint.
Yeah, no more infinite horse noise. Let's fucking go. God, this port was a fucking mess. Looking in the eyes and told me native VR support wouldn't be an immediate and objective improvement. I mean, sure, but that's, like, technical. That's like, I think the game should also, like, run at 8K or whatever. Like, sure, but, like, very little to do with the game design, which is what I'm principally concerned with. That was a very messy section. Very much. Holy shit, is the game that loud? Oh my god, it's blasting. Holy fuck. I had no clue.
Let's go. How far are you going to take me?
I think native VR support would make the game worse, actually. Alright, let's hear it. I'm ready to hear this one. I am not gear drifting in jungle. You are out of your fucking mind. Hardware is outrageously expensive, and so I would not be able to use it. I am so down on consumer VR right now, despite, like, really, really enjoying the style of, like, online communication it provides me versus, like, fucking Discord. The hardware and software space is so thoroughly useless, and I don't understand why. But, like, in a hypothetical world where developer time is infinite, the option hurts no one. Okay, all good. God, these last couple of turns are so fucking hot, dude. Just throwing you in these tight-ass giant bends. I'm getting crunched.
Congratulations.
But then, like, you're freaking out in Skyscrapers, but it's 44 seconds long. So you get jump scared by your remaining time, but then it's fine. They're doing live service Battle Royale Crazy Taxi. What the fuck? They're doing live service Battle Royale Crazy Taxi? Does it have fucking crafting survival zombie horror elements? Okay, I didn't set my
Game
initials
over.
to gay, but my name is definitely Gay Robot with like a space, and I guess it decided that was the best approximation. I wonder if I actually take a look at the fucking texture modding stuff that's on this page as well. So I guess rebooting Crazy Taxi is a live service game. Alright, let's see it. Crazy Taxi Classic on the App Store. Sega's Crazy Taxi reboot is a massively multiplayer driving game. Sega Horizon? Huh. I mean, like, it seems very obviously a fine thing to attempt, apart from the fact that all live service games have expiration dates, and that shit makes me want to fucking kill myself. Never rebooting Outrun, because that would require Sega to get the Ferrari license again. True! We're fucked forever. Alright. Textures. Load. Let's see. I don't want to do too much stuff with this. I definitely, like, one of the first fucking mods that I saw was, like, restore the less censored Japanese girlfriend outfits. And it's like, oh my fucking god, I don't care. But I am a little bit interested in something that, like, sharpens up the HUD, if that's possible. So I guess poke around a little bit in the texture pack releases and see what's going on. There's an AI upscale. Good improvement to some of the in-game HUD, but some menu textures like the O2 SP arcade menus are pretty bad. Might want to remove those or use the originals instead, or use Don El Bueno's O2 SP UI with it. Sure, man, I can do that. You fucking hosted this on Pixel Drain? Are you even real? That's crazy. Alright. Textures, load. That's a lot of fucking textures. Oh, goodness. Yeah, that's like 700 megs of textures. That's like substantially more textures than, like, exist in Outrun 2. Alright, so there's the UI, there's the arcade UI, speedometers, higher quality original UI sprite. So this is stuff taken from the other ports, I guess. But not super comprehensive or anything. Wait, what the fuck? Hold on. Can I just, like, bring this up really quickly? Is this a real quote? Where the fuck would I even find this? Thank you, Kanye. I'm just, like, scrolling the texture thread, and I have no idea what the fuck I am looking at sometimes. Scrolling. Alright, let's see how this goes. If I just, like... The fact that this includes, like, a patch to no CD EXE as well is just the fucking best, man. This abandoned video game has literally never been more accessible, and I am here for it. Thank God. I will not let the world forget about Outrun 2. It is the best driving game. It's better than Ring Racers. Huh. That is, in fact, like, sharper but also slightly janky. But I don't really care about, like, the menu out here. I care primarily about,
F50. Manual transmission.
how things look in game. Let's do... Outrun 2 Heart Attack
mode.
Sure.
Flash wave.
I want to do an outrun course. I really do want to. I like doing a range for it. I don't give a fuck.
Keep passing cars. Let's start. Woo! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Oh yeah! Woo!
Stop.
You rock!
Okay, it's fine. I'm the best.
Drift more. Let's start.
Oh, I hit the horn instead of...
Oh yeah! Wow! I got chills.
Yeah, that's one of the things in the patch is letting you use the horn even outside of heart attack missions. So this patch is good, is what I'm trying to explain to you.
Keep passing cars. Let's start. Yeah! Woo! Yeah!
This is so me when I'm passing cars.
Oh yeah! Woo! 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 Sonic speed.
Sonic speed.
Drift more. Let's start. Oh yeah! Wow!
Easy street. Ugh, okay. Let's do goal A just for fun. Just for shits.
Special request.
That's kind of funny. There's a little bit of a texture problem at the edge of the screen for that special request slide in. But it's better than like the entire UI being stretched to 16:9 like I hit the right bumper on my fucking Game Boy.
Let's start. Yeah! Drift more. Let's start. Yeah! Woo-hoo! Oh yeah! You're so cool! Run through blue. Let's start. Yeah!
Nice. Alright, we're on track.
Special request 2.
Yeah, that fucking arrow that's just out there.
Checkpoint. Hit the blue cord. Let's start.
Help!
Sensational.
Sensational is not how I would describe that face.
Don't hit anything. Let's start.
Alright, I have bad news. I am an extremely reckless and unsafe driver.
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
Drift more. Let's start. Yeah. Woo! You're so cool.
Help! You have to like... If you want to actively steer out of that fishtailing state, you have to be so gentle with it.
Special request.
Checkpoint.
Keep passing cars.
Let's start.
Oh yeah, definitely a few of these upscaled textures are a little fucking janky.
You rock.
I'm surprised there doesn't seem to be a straightforward pack that's just using the fucking SP textures. Help.
Oh no.
Oh no. I gotta fucking slow down for that one. That's crazy.
Trick more. Let's start. Yes. Woohoo! Oh yeah. You're so cool.
Alright, how'd I do? Am I the coolest guy around?
Rank A.
A is acceptable, right? Oh yeah, and these stupid fucking scenes actually work in the PC version, unlike the arcade dump. What's he doing? What the fuck is he doing? Yeah, you know what? My life is alright. I just get to sit down and play a perfect video game for a while.
Best Outrunners. Game over.
Alright, so I guess I'm gonna tweak this for a bit. I don't want to use the big AI upscale pack because there's too much janky shit in it. So how about these higher quality original UI sprites? This grabs stuff from like the other versions of Coast to Coast that don't have fucked up texture compression, I guess. Alright, so we want to do higher quality UI sprites. How's the group PoE going? It's great. We got to Brutus in 2 hours. I'm having a fucking blast, genuinely. Wanted to introduce a few friends from Ring Racers dev into the game. So we're trying to take it in lockstep and, like, just play through the campaign living off the land. I think I'm gonna make a Tectonic Slam Ascendant. I don't know why. I just wanted to pick Scion because nobody else picked Scion because I told them all not to pick Scion. Because, like, new players shouldn't pick Scion. I hope that makes sense. Haven't joined one of your streams in a bit. That's because I disappeared off the internet for a fucking month again. Sorry about that. Life hit me like a series of, like, baseball bats launched out of a pitching machine, which is not what you put into a pitching machine. I don't know why they did that. Alright, so let's try this set of texture replacements. Not, like, super sharp, but hopefully they're not, like, giga crunchy. So you playing Scion and genuinely believed you were going for Orobot? Do you think I can make a self-found Orobot? Because, like, I'm kind of down to try it, if only because teaching people to fucking move with the group is, like, the funniest possible task. Let's play a 5-gear vehicle. Let's select the Testarossa. That's how you win an outrun, right?
Manual transmission.
Can I ask some Ring Racers questions? Fire away. I do, in fact, like talking about that video game that I made. Let's play Outrun 2 Heart Attack. We need fire support because all of us are about to spec fire. Yeah, genuinely, we've got like a Fireballer. I've got like Molten Strike right now. Fucking Twilla's doing Blazing Salvo Mines. I do wonder. I feel like Chrome has said they wanted to do like some kind of lightning thing at some point. I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit. Actually, do I have the...
Passing breeze.
Get ready.
Let's go.
Jesus, the car is so fucking loud. Yeah, this looks better. This is like... You can't see like
Keep
color
passing
blocking
cars.
on the timer anymore.
Let's start.
But it's also not like AI slop that invents contours of letters where there aren't any. There's also supposedly a sound fix mod floating around in that same thread. Like there's a volume issue with the in-game sound effects because they're all in the same bank or something. I wonder if I should have drifted to that corner.
Drift more.
Let's start. Yeah. Woo! You're so cool.
I'm just gonna take exits at random based on which area I would like to be in more. Yeah, I believe the Tweak mod also increases the resolution of reflection maps by a like, huge amount.
Don't hit anything.
Like, this does genuinely look, in terms of visual quality, pretty close to SP.
Are you kidding me?
I barely grazed him, babe, come on. What is this shit? The paint's not even fucking chipped, it's fine.
Collect the coin.
Let's start.
I fucking love money.
Drift more.
Let's start. Yeah. Woo! You're so cool.
Big forest. Yeah, sure, let's go to a big forest.
Special request. Checkpoint.
I keep thinking of how I would want to do, like, an outrun stage in Ring Racers.
Let's start.
Good sound. Ah, the fishtailing, help. Okay, just turn it into a drift and it's fine. Dude, that was a little bit of a stutter. I don't know what that was all about. Nice, that was AAA.
Run for red. Let's start.
That was a satisfying stage. Alright, let's go gambling.
Special request 2.
I also saw somebody on the issue tracker talking about the nighttime versions of stages that only show up in Time Attack, and
Collect the
potentially
coin.
patching the game so they can appear as, like, random variants. Oh shit, I'm fishtailing. Stop! Stop! Okay, not like that, though.
Collect the coin.
Let's start.
Dang, I missed most of those on the inside there.
Sensational.
You seem disappointed. Did I do something wrong?
Collect the coin.
Let's start.
I think I might have just needed to, like, hard brake to get those at all. But apparently AAA is possible anyway.
Special request. Checkpoint.
Oh yeah, one of the mod features is
Don't
apparently
hit
like a
anything.
song switcher,
Let's start.
like during a play session. This is tense. Holy shit, I actually did it. It's possible after
Collect
all.
the coin.
Let's start.
Functionally, so many of these are just run through red reskinned, but like, the effects matter.
Congratulations.
They count for something.
Rank AA.
Oh, you're talking about, Doodle, you're talking about the disjoint of, like, playing for placement versus playing for power, right? We have some very concrete plans in development for that. I don't want to talk about them a whole lot until they're, like, finalized internally, because we're still very much in, like, the gameplay prototyping stage of things. It's the sort of thing that requires work
Game
from...
over.
like, basically everyone on the team to pull it together, but my hope is that we can, like, pull the elements of the game that reward consistency more explicitly into your final placement, rather than relying on, like, the indirect feedback of power level entirely. Because I know in tournament settings, and in, like, in-houses and scrims and shit, that's like, it both feels less intuitive to play for rating, and like, you don't really have access to like tools that allow you to like easily measure that as a host, which is a problem that I personally take seriously. It does frustrate me a little bit when like tournament play is focused around like different classes of strategy than like standard net gameplay, even when the players in it don't change much. All of the like obvious problem areas in terms of like strategies that are way too rewarding for like the amount of fucking
F40.
risk required to execute them. We're basically looking at all of them.
Manual transmission.
Is there anything else I want to dick around with in terms of modding right now? Maybe I'll just do a 15 course run and just like see how it runs.
Time attack mode.
Oh, then time attack 15 course? That's not quite right. Can I hit the back button? Oh, I can. Okay. I expected it to literally be like arcade menus. I cannot tell you anything about the way that Carnival Night was built because I'm not a mapper.
F40.
You would have to ask the people who are
Manual
responsible for it. In a technical sense, there is at least one section of the course that I think is not functioning properly, and I think it's the upward ramp after, like, the Tripwire Valley, where, like, launching off that is, like, unbelievably frustrating because it wastes a ton of time, and we're kind of looking internally at ways to make, like, those slope launches that feel sort of random based on entry angle and speed feel, like, more consistent, and quashing them where they're not, like, an intended part of course design. But that's, like, an engine-level thing that involves a whole lot of, like, fucking about with the movement system and block map bullshit. And so I don't want to, like, directly promise anything other than the idea that, like, we are aware of some of that. But when it comes to actual map design, like, I did basically zero work that is obvious in the finished game when it comes to, like, layouts or conveyance, so I am the wrong person to ask about that. More BGM, sure.
Night flight.
Get ready.
Will we find out how many Carnival Night people will have the death threats? Well, hopefully they won't, right? Because you're not fucking useless jackwagons, right? You wouldn't take the fact that someone made a level you dislike in a video game so seriously that you, like, get physically mad over it. Right? Say psych? I would love to do 15 course in Ring Racers. I genuinely don't know if a layout that large can be built in the engine without, like, extreme trickery. I think the most likely way it would end up existing is like us just picking a favorite 5-course route. Obviously, as you can tell from Death Egg, we are not like super concerned with like the raw time that a course takes to traverse, as long as we feel that like it is interesting to drive that entire time. So definitely an outrun stage could stretch to like 4 or 5 minutes. Yeah, like obviously this version of the game is missing a lot of like the nice dynamic shadowing that I remember from SP. But it is also like way more accessible and I don't have to think about Techno Parrot when I open it. Well, it's like, it's got ultra-wide, and I don't have to fucking worry about high resolutions fucking doing the jacked-up balloon thing. Did you see my Sealed Stars question? I may have missed it. I don't want to be super coy about stuff unless it's literally like a question that I don't feel like comfortable answering, whether that's like on behalf of, because I'd be answering on behalf of someone else, or because like I'm not confident in the answer. Ooh, that was a fucking delicious failed gear drift. Maybe different Sealed Stars later on with their own treasures besides the fake Chaos Emerald. It is a pain point for us internally that there are duplicate Sealed Stars. So that's something that's potentially on the table in the future.
How far are you going to take me?
I want to be clear that when I say, like, I don't know whether a outrun stage could be... I don't know whether we could do 15 course. It wouldn't be because of the runtime, but because I don't know if you can, like, build that much track in the engine and not have the engine, like, throw a fit. I know very little about the, like, limitations of the mapping system and format. And obviously we're always looking for like technical and performance improvements that take off some of the shackles. But if we get like big technical improvements and then immediately trample on them by making the game more demanding, that's like, I don't think that's the outcome most people want, considering like a lot of people playing Ring Racers are on low spec devices. Like, worse than Steam Deck low spec, and Steam Deck already, like, performs in kind of a frustrating way. Shift up, you fuck! Jesus, I gotta, like, remap my, fucking gear shift buttons. But, like, I can't figure out how the fucking control mapping menu works in this version of the game. So I'm kind of just coping with what I have right now, which is largely okay. Thank you for that, by the way. I'm sorry you couldn't hear the sound over the loudest video game ever made. I love this, like, fucking blue skies Sega aesthetic. If I had, like, a single artistic bone in my body, it would be something that I would, like, really like to capture in my own work. Ugh, that's gross. Shift down. Fucking figure it out, man. Insane tech art person and sugar dev. I've thought of it. like, art through math is, like, basically my into, like, visual anything when I think about it. Like, I don't even feel like I have enough time to focus on the disciplines that I am, like, good enough at to make people feel emotions other than confusion. And, like, let me be clear to anybody who, like, looks up to me musically, for instance. Like, whatever you think being as good as I am is, it doesn't come with the knowledge that you're good at something. Mostly the insecurities just, like, move around a little bit. You're on the Ura route. Yeah, Sega Arcade stuff is like... I mean, even fucking Sega MJ is like... So little of what Sega MJ is today feels like it has direct ties to, like, the Sega arcade games that people think fondly of when they think back to that era. But I feel like there's some kind of design through line that can be recognized in it. Just, like, do or die focus on, like, feedback at any cost. Where every action feels like it impacts the game world in a way that is, like, immediate and easy to understand and, like, kinesthetically satisfying. We like to affect virtual worlds. We dig that, generally. Okay, that wasn't, like, the least clean way I've ever fucking taken that corner. Like, I love a fucked up, grimdark piece of shit game as much as the next guy. I have 1,600 hours in Path of Exile, and that number's still going up. But, like, sometimes you just want to be somewhere nice. Sometimes you just want to be on a beach, man. And it's like, a lot of the Sega Arcade stuff accomplishes that in ways that don't feel like substanceless, sugary, sweet escapism. But it's like catching a little bit of the surf, you know? It's like it connects you with, like, those lovely locations, but also with, like, that sense of driving emotion. Yeah, all, like, the best seasonals and, like, a lot of the good content in, like, the middle years of PSO2 Oracle have that same feeling of, like, driving energy, even if, like, not car. Please clap. I can't tell if the engine is too low right now, but it definitely feels like substantially lower than... Oh, I wonder if that's what this is. I wonder if the fact that, like, the, like, fake Doppler for, like, passing cars and shit is so much louder than the engine noise is what that sound mod is meant to fix. Getting to Vegas and ring racers made me smile like a fucking goober. I am really happy with the way that ended up coming out. That layout received a lot of revision that, like, people are never gonna see. But the final version, I think, came out feeling very faithful to the way that area is built and presented in game. And it was, like, so obviously the only choice for PSO2 representation. Even if I feel that the area itself is, like, super goofy and wasn't the most interesting, like, gameplay environment in that era of the game. Like, I was never super into Riding Blast or anything like that, but it was just the right choice, I think. a stage gonna release with a not Tom Jones song? My Sweet Home.
Checkpoint.
I have really, like, special memories of that fucking Halloween event quest stuff. Which is, like, the actual things we spent our time doing in PSO2 JP during those years were not actually particularly interesting or substantial, except in the way that we, like, treated them seriously and, like, put our whole backs and hearts and asses into them. I feel blessed with the ability to engage authentically with online slop, but like the good kind. I think I remember that, where you just got fucking, like, bombed by the random Quartz Dragon spawn in one shot 3 times in the same fucking night. What's your favorite driver in terms of unlock method? Jack Frost, because Jack Frost's unlock method was my idea. Ooh, cool loop point. That's hot. Which method in question? The crash method. I specifically wanted something to take the player's mind off any progress they might have lost immediately by giving them progress. And I thought that Jack Frost was the most appropriate for that because he is just the fucking worst. He is fucking horrible. I'm not responsible for any of the Jack Frost dialogue, though, except for the original idea for Heavy Magicians. Dang, that's tighter than I remember it. Stage 13. Since that mode is generally less played, it would be interesting to see a dev play it. I'd love to sit down and play some battle, but like the battle servers that run are like...
Game over.
Like NVGR Royale is like a giant battle server that is set up in a way that currently triggers a base game bug that allows large lobbies to play on smaller maps than they're supposed to. The advanced map random method doesn't correctly check the map header for sizes. And so that's set up in a way that battle is like not really functioning in the way that we designed it. In addition to battle being afflicted with some technical issues related to like just a handful of sync problems that we're like, I think we've got pinned down and internal. It makes it a little bit frustrating for me to play personally. I can't really like put myself into player mode because the seeing the way that things are playing out kind of forces me into designer mode, and they're not headspaces that share very nicely. But I would like to do some developer showcases at some point, especially with like the resounding response with the original 2.0 GP difficulty level that we had created a game that was deliberately impossible. I want to like put up some first-party gameplay at some point that shows off like the way that people are playing the game when they've got like a couple years of like mechanics familiarity with it. Is Dash File Fix coming soon, or should I just insist on the workaround? Dash File Fix will be in the next release, which we are like cooking. There's like some big stuff potentially in 2.4 depending on like where we draw the line. If it is like super insanely fucking disruptive to hosts right now, then I can like bring it up with the team and we can talk about a hotfix. But the work of organizing a release is currently pretty fucking fucked, so we'd like to keep fix patches and content patches in line unless like the ecosystem is actively falling apart. you be interested if I tried to get a session on a more normal battle server with players going in the near future? Potentially. I'm also, like, wrapped up in some other projects at the moment. In particular, I, like, may or may not have commercial work that is, like, kind of floating around in my periphery at the moment. Which I'm pretty excited about, honestly. But, it's one of those things that I'd like to find the time for. It's just, Jesus Christ, my schedule is fricked the fuck up right now. That shit's crazy. I wonder if there are any lobbies up, since one of the big... Hey, there we go. Car settings. Testarossa, manual black. I wonder how this works. The most recent version of the Outrun tweaks pack is it includes a tool to repoint the master server for this, and I'm curious if it works all right. I think that may have been incorrect phrasing. No, I said what I meant. Don't worry about it. Oh, huh. Guess not, huh? I wonder if I just make a game if people will join up. Let's do... Yeah, let's do Dulcie. Maybe you could tell people in Hitbox to mention that Fable Battle Session happens if that server's the correct level of niche. Yeah, I think it's about the same level. I feel lucky that I have a community that is, like, into and adjacent to Ring Racers that is not the larger Ring Racers community, because it means that I get to speak a little bit more freely and, like, wearing the developer hat a little bit more loosely without worrying about, like, sending confusing messages to the larger community. I quite appreciate having that outlet. Oh yeah, and congratulations on fucking actually finding the Tasteless Taunts password. That was like, I watched people get ridiculously close to that so many times and then back off, and I'm like, if this takes much longer, I'm just gonna fucking change it in 2.4. But, hey. I don't know what happens if you port all the battle mode mechanics into normal race. Technically, you can, like, spawn battle power-ups in race modes, and it's dog shit, as you probably expected. Oh yeah, let me look at this fucking Joypolis Evil Zone thing while I'm, like, seeing if anybody can get into this lobby. I saw, like, some footage of this, but didn't look super closely into it. Oh yeah, that's just bad, huh? That's just, like, very thoroughly not okay in a way that's, like, comprehensive. I saw this shit that people, they do on lap 3 where they start fucking spamming ACS dialogue boxes in the middle of the race. I found that quite amusing. Nickel Joy Cup is supposed to play credits now, but I don't think this works. I click on the latest reviews section of the MB every now and again, looking for, like, Ring Racer stuff, and, like, for the past couple of days, it has just been, fuck you, X-Sonic! Which is like, oh no. Like, we got that fucking Budokai Tenkaichi shit in SRB2. That's too much, man. That's scary. Let me see if I can go get the X-Sonic Tenkaichi footage. First mod to get 1 more billion downloads.
Mierda. Mierda.
Realmente no se ve nada, bro.
Sí, sí.
Rest in peace, everyone's fucking
Mierda, me
phones.
está mapeando. Hijo de puta, chupaya. Hay botón para counter, ay, mierda, está loquísimo.
I do wonder whether, like, SRB2 Battle Mod would be good for the Advent calendar. I know some things about it, but haven't played it yet.
Uy, toma.
Did you know you can just do anything if you give your giant fuck off particle fucking additive render flags?
Ay, a verga.
Choque.
Uy.
¿Quién ganó?
Todavía.
No, ¿quién ganó el choque?
Ah, yo. ¡Ya perdiste, moro!
Claro.
I think this is like
Toma.
one of the most SRB2 things I have ever seen in my fucking life, by the way. Alright, it seems like there's not a whole lot of traffic on the fucking master server at the moment. So, I'll see if I can get a decent 15 course run in both sets. How about this big stupid looking piece of shit?
250 GTO. Manual transmission. Outrun mode.
It seems that there aren't any official Kart Crew Battle Mode servers. If that's true, why is the mode too niche? I am the only host for the Kart Crew official servers, and I have one server, typically. I hosted that box in LA because I'm currently in Arizona, and I'm mad that I get D4 to my own server sometimes. But, probably, LA Core is just gonna go away at some point, because I'm paying monthly for a server that has no fucking players. And it seems like people have largely centered around Chicago if they want, like, the Kart Crew approved experience. And I'm also just, like, kind of frustrated by, like, the sync situation in Battle at the moment, so I'm not super motivated to, like, host a server on the same box. Oh yeah, I wanted to potentially take a look at that sound mod. Outrun to tweaks. Texture improvements. OR2 louder engine sound. The best thing about Outrun is the music. This mod fixes a bug in the original game where the road effects were too loud compared to the music in Ferrari engine. This release lowers the volume of the other sound effects, especially the road effects, by 50% so the engine sounds louder. You'll still have the option to turn the music down or sound effects down to create a balance that you like, and then turn up the overall volume on your headphones. Back up your sounds folder first. I'm not responsible for you not liking the results of this fix. Understood, man. You got it. Alright, replaced. Thank you very much for that, Slidoom. Battle was one of those things where, like, I was fully prepared, given how, like, unbelievably fucked up it is, for it to be not, like, super popular. And so when it started, like, popping the fuck off in the internal tests, I was a little bit surprised. I am responsible for a lot of the final design of Battle Mode, and it was done under, like, a team ethos of, like, even if this thing does not have wide appeal, Bumper Battle supposedly has wide appeal and nobody fucking bothered. So, just like do something that hasn't been done before and let it find the people that it's made for.
GTO.
And so I would love for it to flourish a little bit more, but
Manual
unfortunately,
transmission.
technical stuff that is beyond my ability to like personally assess is holding it back a little bit right now.
Outrun mode.
You know what? Sure, normal balance.
Magical sound.
Get ready.
Oh yeah, settings, controls, configuration. Gear up button. Wait, button 18, button 33, button 209. What? That's not right. My controller doesn't have a backspace button. I wonder if I just like do stuff on the screen, it will work anyway. Okay, so the labels are like all kinds of fucked up. But I think this screen is still working.
Get ready.
Yeah, these are closer to the controls that I used on fucking SP for like quick gear drifting. I totally missed the slipstream. It is deeply fucking funny to me that people are neuron activating the way they are about, like, the voice lines that Oni did for Battle. The design assignment was very specifically, like, shitty on purpose in, like, the localized Mega Drive game way. And so I think in that sense, like, mission accomplished. Bonus. Button 201. I wonder what the fuck happened to that screen. That's Oni's voice, not Zev's. That's Oni. The other thing that's been funny about, like, the audio reception is, like, watching people consistently misattribute fucking everything.
Checkpoint.
What fun!
Yeah, I don't know about this audio balance. I like let it sit for a bit, but I think I might prefer the original. It's like the engine noises in this game aren't super crazy, like dopamine rushes. Also, I'll admit that I basically don't know anything about Outrun's actual scoring, by the way.
How far are you gonna take me?
Yeah, like, how far are you gonna take me? That's, like, now completely lost in the mix. Because I think it got hit by the same, like, global sound reduction as the like, miscellaneous road noises. Nice and tight until I clipped into the grass. This is going pretty well so far. Oh, I do have the game on normal, by the way. I think, at least in the release that most people seem to be using, the arcade mode
I want to go ahead.
boots into very easy difficulty by default. And I do have it set to normal. God, I wonder if I can find a cab of deluxe around here before we fucking move. It's looking more and more like we will be, like, moving cross-country by the end of the year. I would like everyone to emotionally brace for the idea that, like, my move might impact the advent calendar this year, by the way. Will you all forgive me if it comes, like, a little bit late, but then I have fiber internet, so, like, we don't randomly lose entire fucking days to Cox Communications? Alright, that's 2 yeses, that's encouraging. Because that event means a hell of a lot to me, and it would frustrate me a bit to delay it, but, like, life circumstances sometimes arise. And my hope is that it can be, like, a better event if I'm under less personal stress and, like, the physical environment I'm in is better for it. Yeah, I'll probably uninstall the sound mod after this. I think my goal for today might be to just, like, make some solid attempts at getting 15 course clears on both 2SP and 2. Just for the sake of, like, setting new baseline times that I can play against. I don't know if you fucks have noticed this about me, but I'm kind of, like... It takes a particular game to get me into it, but, like, when the stars align, I feel like I can lose alarming portions of my life to Time Attack. Whether it's, like, going for good fucking kill times in MMOs or, like, more traditional, like, racing or driving games. Like, I've thought of just sitting down and, like, putting hours into speedrunning Rapid and Steel. That game is quite random, but executing feels good enough that I'm not really concerned with, like, the results so much as, like, I would like to sit down and get to grips with this game in a way that, like, develops my ability to make stupid-looking shit happen on the screen. In the alternate world where you become a JRPG speedrunner. What JRPG would it be? Give me, like, the Tyron core JRPG, and if you say a Tales of game, I'm gonna fucking shit. Oh my god, help! Help me! Kingdom Hearts, at least 2 final mix. I got filtered pretty hard by Kingdom Hearts, but then someone explained that Atlantis is optional, and that might help me if I ever decide to go back to it. even for an old version of this game, look at how good this game actually looks. Get out of the fucking dirt, you piece of shit. I didn't fucking switch nearly quick enough, and now I'm kind of in trouble on the inside of that turn. Yeah, that was pretty gross. Inside of that corner. If this game were made today, it would use 8 gigs of VRAM and use 70% of your modern GPU. Oh, 100%. What's a draw call? 800,000 materials are fine, right? I have seen too deep into, like, what people who think they're good with computers try to do with computers. VR chat has taught me that everyone sucks at everything. This is literally the most stable I have ever seen any version of this game run. If this has anything to do with the alternate texture stuff, it is wizard work, and I am here for it. This has been buttery. Just read source code comments. No one knows what the fuck they're doing. If you want a fun time, Control F the word oopsies in the Ring Racer source. That's a series of bugs and horrible fucking hacks that are completely my fault. I am looking forward to killing those sometime very soon. Ooh, that was a kind of a large stutter there, but I guess as soon as I mention the game is running well, it's got to do something to spite me. I like documenting my code because it gives me an excuse to, like, exercise fucking comedy writing chops in the middle of my fucking horrible nightmare that is C code. Like, the online turn solver is genuinely, like, some of the best shit that I've ever written for a video game, and, like, is one of the primary reasons that Ring Racer's net play is fun at all. And so I took commenting it pretty seriously. But then you take a look at other places in the code that I've got my, like, mitts in a big way, and it'll be just / I don't fucking know, interspersed with, like, some actual explanations of, like, control flow that I had to figure out for myself. Like, the chain of actions determining how a fucking random item box respawns in Ring Racers is, like, complex in a way that should terrify you. I slowed way the hell down for that, but I hope it was justifiable. I think so far I'm on good pace. Definitely slowed down a lot for that, but scary, you know? Alright, we're almost through, I think. A well-executed Skyscrapers is a pretty short stage, so it looks like if I get anything approaching a reasonable time bonus, I'll be in good shape. Yeah, as long as I don't eat it hardcore, I mean, like, hardcore, I think this is okay. That felt pretty damn good. And I passed my shithead rival.
Congratulations.
What is the most misattributed thing in Ring Racers? Probably the battle voice lines, just because they're discussed so much. But like... Outside of that, it's just the general tendency for, like, people who are only loosely connected to the community to just assume that Shenji did everything. Like, I swear to God, I've seen people insisting that Shenji, like, composed the theme music for Robotnik Coaster.
Best Outrunners.
She's like, Shenji does a lot of work,
Game over.
but let me have my space, come on. That's scary. That's just a place we don't need to go, okay? So yeah, Shenji Made Ring Racers was like... That was a meme even before Ring Racers. So... The fact that it endures very comfortably... Oh yeah, I wanted to restore the old audio balance before I do a 2-run. So delete the sound folder and restore the sound copy folder. Dude, in fucking SRB2 Kart, nobody fucking understands what's part of a mod and what isn't. The number of people who, like, asked developers to their faces about, like, why they designed acrobatics is fucking amazing. The whole thing is just a mess because there's no, like, crediting system in the game, and it's something I'd like to look into at some point. Sal and I have had plans for, like, a credits lump spec that, like, lets you attribute various parts of, like, custom content to, like, people and have that actually pop up on screen when you access that content. But, like... Despite really wanting to launch with that, we kind of hit the point where it was like, okay, either we're all gonna cut our fucking heads off or we have to release the video game, and so we released the video
GPS
game.
for Daytona. Manual transmission.
That's much louder, yeah. Alright, let's do Outrun 2 15 course. Favorite map in Ring Racers? That's tough. There are a lot of favorites for me. I might actually have to, like, look at a fucking track list to say that. Alright, SRB2 Wiki. You got me? Dr. Robotnik's Ring Racers levels. Oh, fuck. We've got too many fucking courses in this game. That's the thing, is that, like... Picking just one feels completely fucking irresponsible. But, like, highlights for me, if I, like, just scroll and pick out things that I am always excited to pick no matter my mood, probably, Sunday Drive, Roasted Ruins, Emerald Hill, Joypolis. City Escape is just such an obvious banger that it feels like cheating to mention it. And I don't even have nostalgia for fucking Adventure 2, man. It's just good. Aqueduct Crystal. Special mention to Neon Resort. I want to do more fucking stupid casino things. The new virtual highway is a fucking psychotic glow up. I will be attached to 765 for a while because I am the one who, like, primarily designed and worked on Voltage as a mechanic, and it completely changed that course for me. Hanagumi Hall is, like, probably my favorite 5-lapper in the game, unambiguously. I actually really fucking like Mega Bridge. I have no clue why, but it just hits for me for some reason. Monkey Mall's up there. Advent Angel is a huge favorite for me. As well as Angel Arrow Classic these days, honestly. And Test Track and Hidden Palace, both bangers. That's just like, I don't think there are any courses in the game that I like outright don't want to see, because most of my issues on that level have been like addressed well before you guys ever saw the game. But picking a favorite is just like, there's so much diversity in the lineup that it feels kind of unfair to rank things directly against each other most of the time. Would your favorite item be an easier question? Drop target 100%. Just no question. Don't even have to think about it. Gotcha Bomb, close second.
Outrun mode.
And for the record, favorite battle power-up is Mega Barrier, because I think it's, like, significantly more double-edged than the other power-ups in a major way, but it makes it really interesting to play into.
Keep your heart.
Get ready.
If we were gonna adapt anything, it would have to be the mixed course from SPDX, right? Like, if we were gonna do a 5-course Ring Racer stage, unless people really felt strongly about representing, like, a given set of stages, like, the one that mixes 2 SP and 2 stages from fucking SPDX is, like, the one that most people are most likely to play, I think. So it'd be the most fun to have a recreation of. Ooh, that blows. Super Flicky received nerfs probably about 8 times during development, by the way. Like, if you think it's good now, the version that you are playing with is, like, probably, like, if I had to invent a number, it is, like, 20% as strong as, like, a gameplay prototype Super Flicky. What's your favorite modded racer so far, or modded track? I do not want to play favorites in that way. I will name names in that one only when I have something I have made or commissioned myself to put in those slots. I will say, though, that, like, I haven't explored add-on content a whole lot. We do have an in-house modded server for playing amongst ourselves. But, like, I'm just as likely to meet devs on, like, the active East Coast core servers. And honestly, I'm kind of pleasantly surprised how poppin' core is, even this far after release, where, like, I would expect a lot more people to be, like, on that dopamine junkie shit looking for modded content. Ooh, that's tight. Get out of there. Oh shit, that's terrible. I have briefly entertained the idea of, like, if there are characters I want in Ring Racers that I will never be able to convince Dev to put into the base game, the two categories of characters are the rabbits from Rapid and Steel, and, like, for absolutely no fucking reason whatsoever, the Sega Mahjong Yakuhime. So just, that's percolating, in case you were wondering. Well, Ippei looks like she has no brain cells. It's great. Eve stays back in SRB2 cart. I don't know. We love robot girls around here. That's a pretty well-documented fact.
Checkpoint. I want to go ahead.
But it hasn't been my primary focus for sure. You could convince them to add the default Sega MJ and FT Man. It's Salary Man from Sega Net Mahjong. I'm really pumping the brakes on that one. I feel like I took that much slower than I needed to. Wow, yeah, the fucking 2 courses, maybe these are organized differently, but, like, I feel like the difficulty jumped quite a bit earlier than the SP courses. Yakuhime could absolutely go into the base game, but, like, they're absolutely, like, second stringers, where it's, like, Tier 1 is, like, time period appropriate and, like, Sega or Sega related and a culture fit. Tier 2 is just, like, Sega. Like, for what it's worth, we don't have a fucking character selection process that's based on, like, fucking trying to maximize, like, representation coverage or, like, appeal or anything like that. We're not Riot making Project L and going like, oh, we've got a bunch of characters from the League of Legends universe that we can add to this game, and then very conspicuously having absolutely zero footage or, like, direct acknowledgement of any of the fucking weirdos, like Cho'Gath, at all. It is literally just whoever the artists are motivated to do. Idolmaster character. It is just who the artists are motivated to do. Somebody made a good point about fucking 2XKO's roster, where it's like, if you look at Braum and how, like, his head is touching the bottom of the life bar, that is a size limit. That is no characters larger than Braum in the game ever. Unless they, like, do bigger restructuring than I think anyone is expecting. They don't want Hugo. They don't want Abigail. Which sucks, because Abigail is great. I fucking love that guy. Restructuring it back to being a 1v1 game. What the fuck is with the auto combo fuse, by the way? Making you pick stylish mode in the fucking year of our Lord 2024? What the fuck is that all about? I am so confused by what 2XKO is trying to be. All I know is that I have to steal some of its lobby features for a Mahjong client, which pisses me off. Like, let the record show. I was saying all the way up until right now that the one thing that Riot was guaranteed to get right when they made 2XKO was, like, they were gonna have a launcher where you had a big red play button at the top of the window, and you hit that play button and you were in a match in 4 seconds. That was the exact thing that I said for years and years and years, and I was wrong. Because they did the avatar lobby, but they did it in a way that actually adds value, rather than, like, just wasting the fuck out of everyone's time. Yeah, like, if you don't think that, like, the full roster for this game is going to be, like, characters from Arcane plus characters with more than 15 skins in League of Legends, after seeing the size of Braum and the unbelievably fucking safe roster that is in the alpha test, you're like, I want some of your copium. That is the good shit. That is like primo South American shit. With the fact that I have to pick a group specifically to get DHCs. I think a lot of the stuff that, like, a lot of Riot games have that sort of thing where it's like, we're adding, like, a lateral sort of choice to, like, the way you set up your character or deck or team or whatever, that doesn't actually create more interesting gameplay dynamics, but is just there to have, like, some aspect of strategy for people to refine when they are not making progress in the core game skills. The weirdest it'll get at this point is Blitzcrank. Dude, I want to up forward Blitzcrank assist so bad. I can't fucking wait. It seems like I got a little bit of a frame blip earlier, but hopefully it's resolved. Yeah, I don't see any disruptions on my end, but I also know that I've been a little bit delayed for the whole stream, so we'll see. I'm like, for what it's worth, I bet it'll still be a fine and visually appealing fighting game with, like, all the characters with 100 skins plus everyone from Arcane. What's in the alpha seems, like, very obviously, like, promising enough that even if a lot of things are still very clearly early, it seems clear to me that they can execute. But man, like, was anyone else hoping for Rammus? Just me? There's still a chance they put in Teemo and then cut off his legs after the beta test, because it turns out testing with a Rocket Raccoon hitbox makes people mad. I really fucking hope that happens, except without the nerf.
Checkpoint.
It's like, what characters do I give a fuck about from League of Legends? I like Leona. I like Sion. I'm kind of here for, like, Shogath. I'm a Volibear enjoyer from a pure gameplay functionality perspective. Next scale will succeed because it will have functional and seamless matchmaking. Basically exactly that, yeah. It is also, however, substantially grimier than I expected. So I want to add to that it will have functional and seamless matchmaking, and it will use evil live service tricks to maintain a large enough player base that matchmaking can organize matches of roughly even skill.
Checkpoint.
Because, like, losing to shit you don't understand in a tag game is like... This is a Riot game where you can lose to things that don't feel fair at all, and that is a little bit surprising to me. I expected it to be a little bit more measured. And, like, they have talked about, like, I don't know, if somebody's in hit stun for longer than 8 seconds, we consider that a problem or whatever. I don't remember the fucking precise language. But, like, it's very clear that, like, a bunch of stuff in the fundamentals of this game is just fucked up. In, like, the positive way that we like to see in tag games. My time's looking real tight. I think this last stage is, like, pretty compact, though. Yeah, we're pumping the brake for that one. I wonder if I get punished for that. Oh, it's right here.
Congratulations.
But people lose to things in League of Legends all the time. It's the game where that happens. Yeah, but individual interactions in League of Legends are at least legible, if not fair. And there is a framework that makes their unfairness, like, broadly fair. Like, the idea that somebody can just be so much stronger than you that they just walk at you and kill you, and there's, like, no possible counterplay other than not being there. Like, the framework of the game, number one, still allows for the solution of not being there, and number two, like, implies that you made mistakes earlier in the game with regards to, like, failing to capitalize on opportunities or, like, giving up resources that allowed them to get to that point in the first place.
Best Outrunners.
So, like, there's a narrative that makes it make sense.
Game over.
If that makes any sense. How's the vibe in Ring Racer's dev currently? I've heard about dev taking a break after 2.3, but I otherwise don't know much else about it. I won't speak for a bunch of other people, because I can't, obviously, but what I will say is that there was a period of very little work getting done because everybody wanted to fucking relax. But recently, there has been a period of a lot of very exciting new direction work getting done because we are all kind of jazzed to take the gameplay systems that are working and bolster them so that, like, rough edges and shitty strategies and bad technical situations aren't undercutting them now that we know, like, the game's been out for some amount of time and we have some idea of what we feel like needs addressing instead of just getting blown around by, like, community sentiment. Because obviously, like, 2.1 was, like, an extremely reactionary patch, and 2.2 was, like, it contained some changes that probably wouldn't have been made without feedback. And I do still think that most of the changes in those patches were good changes, but right now what we're focusing on is the stuff that we feel the game needs, having had the time to watch it develop for, like, an extended period of time and get some data from people who aren't directly providing feedback, but are just, like, we get to watch the way the game is played, and that's a much more exciting place to be as a designer than, like, getting shouted at. So things largely good. I'm excited. Which fucking button is color?
512 BB. Manual transmission.
Let me do one more 15 course on Outrun 2. I feel like I play this set of courses a lot
Outrun
less.
mode.
And I want to, like, get as comfortable with them as I am with the SP courses. I'll just random
Random.
fuck it.
Get ready.
Let's go.
The vector update slash marquee. I won't talk too much about like characters or map content because that's just not the stuff that I work on personally. I will talk your ear off about like gameplay systems, but like the reality of a game as big and fucked up as Ring Racers is that it could never have happened without like people in very specialized roles. So when people, like, make statements about Kart Crew as if, like, Kart Crew is always making perfectly unified decisions, it's kind of interesting to me. Because a lot of the time it's like, things are happening in relative isolation. People working on different types of content just do what motivates them and then run it by the group to see if it's not, like, obviously crack smoking. No clue what's going on with GL Sealed Stars. Don't care even a little bit either. Not like the most elegant start I've ever had. Or if it isn't obviously crack smoking, but in a funny way. Thank you, Barkley!
Checkpoint. What fun!
Barley, please. There's a fucking Vodafone billboard in this game. Maybe that's what I do for texture replacements. Just like cut the advertising and replace it with like the worst Discord memes that you know. The alcoholist stamp is going right there. Ads for Ring Racers. Ah, that'd be cute. Fuck. Yeah, I think this is a pretty slow couple of early stages, but hopefully I'm not too far behind. If I got seriously into speedrunning 15 course, I'd probably want to actually like have spoons, huh?
How far are you going to take me?
That's like my willingness to optimize has always kind of like my aim is to play beautifully, not achieve high times or low times. The times are just a guiding metric, not the goal. So as soon as I get to the point where I need to like restart sections of gameplay really aggressively, usually that's where I start to lose interest because I'm like spending less time genuinely engaging with the thing that I enjoy and more time chasing the number. How do you feel about the fast fall change making it less committal but also nerfing jump landing traps? So that fast fall change was contentious in dev for a bit. There were a couple different drafts of it. I like wrote all of that code, and I definitely didn't want it to be so strong that it like undercut the purpose of the fast fall bounce in the first place. Because the idea of the fast fall bounce is that without a bounce, fast falling on 95% of airtime would be strictly better than non-fast falling. And that just comes down to like fucking trigonometry, right? Like if you get launched at a speed, but that part of that speed is being converted into upward momentum, that's not helping you traverse the course. You would much rather than upward momentum be forward momentum. And so giving players a tool that allows them to cut all airtime short for speed would effectively like remove airtime from the game for players above a certain level of skill. So that's why the bounce exists in the first place. And so what I wanted to do was, like, make a change that improved its functionality, that gave players more options and more choices to make during play, without, like, undercutting that intent. And I think the way it's come out is largely a success, barring a couple of jumps that I think, like, are very obviously better to fast fall early on now, since you can change your direction. I think of, like, one particular set piece in Ice Paradise that I'm a little bit disappointed by, but that could totally be adjusted on a map level if we were, like, super mad about it. Because the thing that I always saw was people in, like, some of the tighter sections where, like, you might gain some unforeseen speed and launch way past a set piece's intended landing point or something. It's natural to want to fast fall to save that, and the player should feel rewarded for doing it. But without the ability to switch your direction, sometimes you will just fucking die anyway. In terms of fucking jump landing traps, I have always felt some complicated ways about the strongest trap applications in SRB2 Kart and Ring Racers by extension, and that extends to fucking landing setups. Because when it comes to fucking trapping someone's landing, the counterplay is very abstract. They're just supposed to take a different launch. And if they don't have any way of knowing that by getting sight on the trap when they're lining up to take the jump, then it's a blind read that doesn't always feel fair. It's a different kind of player-to-player interaction than most of the interactions in the game, where, like, even if you're making a hidden information choice, there are broad heuristics you can apply to keep yourself safe, because attack items in general follow, like, consistent rules. So, like, even if you don't know someone is holding, if you keep, like, back and to the side, the number of things that can actually hurt you are, like, very, very limited. And even as, like, a front runner trying to defend, like, playing towards the outside is a broad heuristic that is, like, a very clear risk-reward trade-off. You, like, mitigate the risk of being attacked enormously with proximity to the wall, narrowing their attack angle, nullifying certain items entirely. But it, like, limits your ability to take good lines, and so eventually you'll be forced into confrontation when they better overtake. That's an example of, like, what I feel is a good hidden information choice in Ring Racers. Like, that interaction is fine, and I think most people will eventually, like, if they're seriously invested in, like, trying to make progress, fine, they will figure out how to play that way. And they won't feel like they were compelled to play in that way. That the way they make that choice is through, like, observing the game systems and developing habits and strategies, rather than, like, a situation being so fucking, like, polarizing that you just have to perform a specific set of actions to dodge it. Now, do I think, like, landing traps would be anywhere near as bad as something like the SRB2 Kart mid-air draws situation, even without fast fall? Probably not. But it still follows a little bit too close to, like, your mistake was being here in the first place, which is a pattern that I don't think suits Ring Racers very well. That was, like, a long-ass, very abstract answer, so I hope it, like, actually answered your question. all good. Just, you know, killed that whole fucking bus. At least it wasn't like a fucking sliding wipeout. Ooh, that's hot. Yeah, honestly, like, even having gone to the trouble to set up SPDX, I think this might just be the version of the game that I play now. I would definitely like to try online at some point as well. Because Sleep Mode and I tried fucking our admin Technoparrot bullshit, and it, like, it didn't obviously not work, but it was definitely not designed for the sort of fucking latency that you get from, like, US West to Oceania. And that makes sense because those cabinets are intended to, like, be on the same LAN, right? So you wonder if, like, an actual online version of the game will have more nuanced handling of that sort of thing. Also, if I remember correctly, the actual online of Coast to Coast supports like 1 million players. What was the most debated change made in the Ring Racers update? That's hard to say. That might have to be the sort of thing that I'd need to go back and look at patch notes for. I think bot stuff definitely received the most internal discussion. Not necessarily, like, debate in that, like, we were unsure of what to do, but just, like, trying to work out where the fuck player expectations were even at. Because, like, even now, people pretty regularly say that the game is too hard in the early game, when, like, you can very obviously S-rank the early cups without the drift button, and I don't know how I'm expected to interact with that feedback, and the way it meshes with, like, my observable reality of playing the game, and my idea of what people should expect out of their own performance on, like, intense difficulty. So just imagine that, but, like, times 100 with the initial feedback on difficulty overall. And you probably have some idea of, like, the team headspace. Best is, like, when people were talking about the ways that the Ring Racers AI breaks normal player movement rules, and comparing it to games that objectively cheat more, but are, like, a little bit more nuanced at hiding the cheating. Like, you guys know that the Mario Kart CPUs don't drift, right? They look like they do, but they don't. I promise.
Congratulations!
Dude, when Sal fucking explained to me that Super Mario Kart CPUs are pipes, they don't let you fully spectate CPU racers in Mario Kart, we considered removing that, but felt like it would be a little bit too, like, I don't know. Removing that was on the table, and definitely, like, a lot of commercial games like, you look at stuff like the Need for Speed Underground prototypes versus the final build, where, like, the ability to see the full
Left
map
outrunner.
is a, like, developer option that is
Game
very
over.
much not present in the final build, because when AI vehicles are outside of your map radius and you touch a wall, they get a 500 horsepower boost and teleport behind you. And, like, that's just not something you have access to when you're playing that game. You can't see them. But you can see Ring Racer spots an unbelievable amount of the time. I think there's definitely still some refinements that can be made. That, like, seems obvious, but a lot of the tough stuff about bot programming is that, like, we're also dealing with the performance considerations of their pathfinding, where, like, we don't want them to do a ton of site checks because site checks are super expensive. And so the way they navigate on the course is very abstract and very reliant on, like, mapper placed navigation data, waypoints, and bot hints. My favorite working design signpost? Well, the Sonic working design signpost is just placeholder art. That was, like, Sonic's in-dev signpost for a very long time. And so I'll have an attachment to that, to an extent, for a while. Heavy Magicians, shitty sign, is very, very blatantly a reference to me. And so, there's that. Like, there's a reason that tilt text is in fucking player color. Honestly, I play so rarely with shitty signs that it's hard for me to say. Males is up there, though. Males is, like, on the edge of, like... We are gently nudging against the limit of things we are allowed to acknowledge in Ring Racers. The L is not her shitty sign. The L is actually something specific to Heavy Magician for when you get full lap bonus, which Toaster and I added because she is the only character in the game who is strictly competitively worse. So she gets to have that. I'll do, like, one more run with, like, a 6-speed car,
50.
and then probably call it a night.
Outrun mode. Random.
Get ready.
Let's go.
I wonder if 6-speed is better because it means you lose less speed for gear drifting. I have genuinely no clue which of them is actually used in, like, top times. That's the other thing about, like, trying to speedrun this sort of shit. I like to do my own, like, experimentation rather than, like, researching prior work, because the thing that I enjoy most is playing the game. When the game takes me out of the flow of playing the game to, like, do homework, that's usually the point where I start to get a little bit frustrated with the activity. And I have, like, it's a big difference between me and a lot of the people that I'm around with regards to, like, optimization in games. Where, like, I fucking love Path of Exile, but, like, I only wiki things when I need a specific question answered. Versus, like, my friends who do very, very well in that game by virtue of, like, literally just reading the wiki like it's a textbook to, like, have a very complete understanding of, like, potential interactions in the game. I like narrow slices and I like tuning. I'm like... big picture's a little bit harder for me. Yeah, theoretically less speed lost because closer gears is exactly what I was thinking for like quicker gear drifting. Because that quick like flick gear shift down then gear shift up is like
Checkpoint.
significantly faster than braking to initiate a drift, and it's like, as far as I can tell, the primary reason to play manual is to have access to it. Rather than like the usual fuck you manual is faster. Oh yeah, they got Buster Mario signpost. I fucking forgot about that. God, I expected to have more time after Ring Racers came out, and I feel like the opposite happened, where like my life just got really fucked up really quickly. Life is good for me right now, though, I think.
Checkpoint.
Like, it's not all rosy.
How far are you
Fucking creative dissatisfaction and, like, the realities of late capitalism are kind of omnipresent. I'm socially stressed and I might die. But, like, I feel like I have very little to complain about, and why the fuck does Outrun always make me think about that? It's like, wow, my life is awesome. I just get to drive a Ferrari around and, like, take this long fucking dip into a very physical flow state for, like, 15 minutes at a time.
Checkpoint.
I want to go ahead.
What's happening here is not creatively meaningful to me personally. It does not, like, bolster any, like, legacy I want to leave behind or anything like that. But, like, I don't know, sometimes it's okay for video games to be video games, man. Just fucking chill out. The feeling is definitely that, like, in the wake of Ring Racers, I feel like I came out of that experience a more, like, creatively confident person. And with that feeling comes the idea that, like,
Checkpoint.
I want to pursue more and more projects faster and faster than I ever have before. But, like, that confidence doesn't come with extra, like, it's the word I'm looking for, willpower. Who was it that fucking said creativity is like breathing? You have to fucking breathe in to breathe out. I am very much a, like, unfinished task, trying to work at it 18 hours a day until it resolves or I give myself a heart attack, so I've been working pretty hard at internalizing that, especially in, like, the wake of the rough burnout following the initial 2.0 release, and I think the personal work's done me good. These are some low-ass clouds, the fuck? It's a crazy cool effect, though, isn't it? Like, seriously, Outrun is just like this big fucking it's this big road trip condensed into 15 minutes. Usually closer to, like, 5. That feeling of like changing environments so often.
Checkpoint.
The pacing of it is great. Just like the feeling that like even though the core gameplay elements are very simple and like don't change for basically the entire run, the aesthetics do like incredible work in making it feel like, you know how it is, the mechanics match the fiction. Fucking lets you buy the road trip. Get out of there, fuck. Die! Get your fucking stupid truck off the road.
Checkpoint.
I wonder actually how my times compare to the times that I set on the fucking DX. Sleep mode alluded to my DX times being like very, very good, and I am more inclined to attribute that to arcade emulation being jank and having timing problems than any amount of like skill or ability on my part. Like, I'm suspicious that my runs are very good, but I definitely feel good about them. Hey, speaking of fucking arcade emulation timing problems, why the fuck did I stop playing Dengeki? Dengeki is, like, awesome. That game has, like, no right to actually be as interesting as it is, considering how fucking dog shit it is. I apologize if that reads like I'm shitting on a game you like. I promise I'm not. It's just like, we gotta acknowledge that Yuki doesn't belong in that game, right? That the way she moves and the things she's doing while she is moving are not okay. Really had to pump the brakes on that one. Not my favorite line. Fighting game with Kirito, yeah! The fighting game with Kirito and Asuna and that girl who got AIDS from a blood transfusion in a future where we have full dive virtual reality. Just saying. I gotta say though, like, the core character concept of, like, I am the strongest gamer in the universe because I have been in full dive reality more than my actual body because I am terminally ill. That's fucking, that is a great character concept. It's just like, it could have been a future autoimmune disease, but it had to be AIDS. And because it's AIDS, every time I think about that characterization detail, I just think about how I can't donate blood. Fucking oops. I haven't delved into racing too much yet. I have been like... I have played very little video games this year, honestly. Like... I have probably spent substantially more time working on video games than playing them, which is like a future that I love for myself, but I also have some complicated feelings on. Is there an AIDS cure in Trials? The fuck? What's the deal with that? If there is a deal beyond there is an AIDS cure in Trials. When are we booting up Nitro Plus blasters? Dengeki versus Nitro Plus is like flirting versus sexual harassment.
Checkpoint.
It does have assists from that fucked up meta Yandere VN though. The one that is both cooler and has more ass than Dan Salvato's Wild Ride. But like Dengeki has Holo, so it's impossible to say if it's good or not. Sayonara seems like so interesting to me, and it frustrates me that I like personally just do really badly with gore. Like a gore and body horror material makes me physically uncomfortable in a way that seems a lot more dramatic than is usually intended. Where like it takes me out of the experience rather than drawing me into it. Twinkle Queen! Hop on Twinkle Queen, bestie! I can't believe that game looks as bad as it does. It doesn't make any sense. I might have to like boot it up again to make sure that it actually looks as bad as I remember, because like I distrust my memories. It doesn't make any sense that a game would look as bad as I remember it. Called Twinkle Queen because you rotate 360 degrees and walk away. Twinkle Queen is aggravated assault, yeah. It feels very like... It feels graceless and cruel. No one wanted it. Why did this happen? Do they even know? Oh my god, that's a mess. Straighten out, you fuck.
Congratulations.
1417? Is that an improvement? I think it's slower, right? I fucking love Outrun. I'm gonna have to tell everybody I know about this game for the next week and become, like, super annoying. Because, like, the fact that you can actually play this without being irritated by the fact that there is no reasonable port of it makes me very happy. Favorite racing game other than Ring Racers or Outrun 2?
Best Outrunners.
I will get back
Game
to you
over.
on that when I play Beetle Adventure Racing again. I gotta see if that shit holds up, I'm gonna be honest. And I remember some fucking dog shit rally game for the original Xbox very fondly that I kind of want to track down as well. Does this really not display times on it? Do you genuinely, really and truly display score and not time? Are you fucking kidding me? What is that for? Come on. I know time was displayed on the previous screen, but I fucking missed it. No sessions found. Unlucky. I'll have to see if I can drag people in for a fucking multiplayer session and see how it goes some other time. Alright, I promised a short stream. It's gonna be a short stream. Fucking... Hi, I verified that I'm not dead. Now it's time to disappear again. Regularly scheduled crosscode. Probably returning next weekend. I would like to make that happen if possible. Fucking, other than that, I don't know, maybe you'll never see me again. Fuck. There's just so much, man. But thank you all for hanging out. It, as always, has been lovely. Now, like, get the fuck out of here or something.